Hello, welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. We have a couple of things to talk about, so let's get started. First off, you guys may remember a few months ago I talked about the Tasmanian tiger possibly being brought back with science. Tasmanian tiger has been extinct since 1936. Should we bring it back with science? As NPR reported in August 2022, Colossal Laboratories in Biosciences is working to de-extinctify the Tasmanian tiger, gone to the world since 1936. Also known as the thylacine, Thylacinus cynocephalus, or the Tasmanian wolf, this animal had trademark stripes and, rare in the animal world, abdominal pouches in both females and males. Australian researchers have called it a dingo with a pouch or a dog with a pouch, but its DNA also has a lot in common with the kangaroo. Colossal's perspective, prehistory has happened before. Bringing it back to life through bioscience hasn't. It's neither new nor unique, and probably most familiar to the fans of the Jurassic Park franchise. Give a listen to the NPR report for answers to the following questions. Is the thylacine capable of living again? How will the animals be created? How will the thylacine affect Tasmania's habitat? When might the first embryo be created? Will the Tasmanian tiger ever be brought to mainland Australia? Sure, they could, but should they? This final question, the ethics of the science and the inquiry, has been asked about CRISPR cells, nanotechnology, and the use of genealogical data to solve crimes. Beth Shapiro of the University of California, Santa Cruz offers these thoughts on the ethics of de-extinction. Maybe we could use this technology to give those populations a little bit of a genetic booster shot and maybe a fighting chance against the diseases that are killing them, she told NPR in 2017. We're facing a crisis, a conservation biodiversity crisis. This technology might be a powerful new weapon in our arsenal against what's happening today. I don't think we should dismiss it out of fear. So, the ethical question is being asked, should we bring back the Tasmanian tiger? Not can we, but should we? Very interesting. Finally, here's an interesting article about a creature from England. Our answer to Bigfoot, the seriously creepy Victorian folklore surrounding the region's canals. A Bigfoot-esque creature stalking the canals of the West Midlands and leaping out to spook travelers? You'd be surprised how often it's been reported. Some of the folklore surrounding stretches of the Shropshire Union Canal is seriously creepy. The Shropshire man monkey is a cryptid. It is an animal not believed to exist by mainstream science, but that inspires legend nonetheless, and captures the attention of hopeful cryptozoologists. Some of the most famous examples include the abominable snowman, Loch Ness Monster, and Bigfoot. It transpires that the waterways of the West Midlands may have their own counterparts to Sasquatch said to stalk Northwest America, with persistent reports of a hairy attacker from the undergrowth. Shropshire folklore expert and enthusiast for all things paranormal Amy Boucher takes up the story. The Shropshire man monkey, or Old Ned's devil, is a cryptid zooform primate that has been sighted along the Shropshire Union Canal. This canal was built by Thomas Telford in 1828 and covers several canal systems including Shropshire, Staffordshire, Birmingham, and parts of Cheshire. The most famous sighting occurred at 10 p.m. on the evening of January 21, 1879, and was investigated by folklorist Charlotte S. Byrne. She recounted that just before the eyewitness reached the canal bridge, a strange hairy creature with great white eyes sprang out of the plantation by the roadside and attached itself onto his horse's back. In desperation, he tried to push it off with his whip, but to his horror, the whip went through the creature and he dropped it to the ground with fright. The horse then broke into a canter and ran at full speed, with the creature still clinging to his back. The man returned to a village called Woodseeds in Staffordshire and recounted his tale, with the listeners being so terrified that they stayed in the area rather than risking an encounter. The witness was so terrified by his encounter that he took to his bed for several days afterwards. The canal was searched the next day and the whip was found in the exact place he dropped it. Apparently, the police visited the witness a few days later upon reports he'd been robbed. When he explained in horror what he saw, the policeman was rather disappointed and replied, "Oh, was that it, sir? I know what that was. That was the man monkey. Sure as does come again at that bridge ever since the man was drowned in the cut." I'm sure the witness was very disheartened to know such an experience was a regular occurrence. A creature akin to the man monkey was also reported near the end of the 19th century by a man named Ned. Whilst driving a pony and trap on Rolfe Street, Smethwick, outside Birmingham, he heard a strange noise behind him and was leapt at by an unusual-looking animal, which he fought off and killed with his horsewhip. The animal was placed on display in a glass case in the Bluegate pub on Rolfe Street and was dubbed Old Ned's Devil by the locals. Old Ned's Devil was probably a separate creature to the one experienced in 1879, as this was a creature of flesh and blood and killed. However, it provides further discussion in the narrative of the Ape Man. Further Monkey Man sightings have been reported since this instance, all with astonishing commonalities. The most recent one I could find was one reported in 2002 to British Waterways, now the Canal and River Trust. The man contacted the trust and said that during a holiday on the Shropee in the 1980s, he passed under a bridge and upon looking up saw a huge, hairy black figure staring back at him with large eyes. He called for his family, however the creature disappeared. Interestingly, there are further reports of a similar ape-like creature from the Madeley Wood area in the 1870s. Are these Shropshire's answer to Bigfoot? Very interesting. Nick Redfern actually wrote about this particular creature in his book, the Bigfoot book. Which I find to be quite fascinating and interesting. Although he expresses more of a supernatural origin to that particular creature. So, as I said, it's very interesting. It's very fascinating. And that's good for this week. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I'll continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And hey, until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This is May-HBM, Cryptid-Corner.